So I think the question of how to regulate big tech against AI-enabled or facilitated disinformation is pretty much the same question of how do we want to regulate generally big tech, because they really are capturing by now, this is the assessment that we have at the OSCE, they're capturing the information ecosystem. So we have to free this, the information ecosystem from this captured nature to be able to really have an enabling environment for media freedom, for the public interest, for information integrity and all these keywords. But at the same time, regulating is always a bit of a risk, right? We really have to make sure that we're regulated in a very smart way based on rule of law safeguards and independent judiciary, regulatory bodies, all of that. So we do need a holistic approach, but we also need to regulate it in a way that considers media freedom and human rights as a core element of ensuring democracy, and then also the link to peace and security. Because if we don't have an information ecosystem that is really truly independent and diverse and that really puts this public interest at the core, then we will not be able to have democracy, and as an extension, we will not be able to have peace and security. And I also want to mention that we have looked specifically now at the role that states can play, including through regulatory and policy approaches to really safeguard media freedom in the age of big tech and AI. And we provide a kind of toolbox with very different approaches based on an assessment of what has been tried, what has worked, what hasn't worked, why. So really trying to build on the experience, expertise and knowledge out there to provide this toolbox, but at the same time, it's also a call to action to help states recognize there's much they can do and that they should do to really improve and safeguard media freedom, which is also their obligation based on the international human rights framework.